Hello, this is Adolf, and I have with me
Shane?
Shane. We just walked out of seeing Avatar. How do you feel?
It was great. I remember seeing it back in, what was it, 2009, I think?
Yeah.
And I remember being in love with it. And I've seen this movie, like, no joke, like 100 times. I used to play it on repeat on the back of my dad's car. And I'd forgotten, I hadn't seen a 3D movie in so long. So this is actually the first 3D movie I've seen, actually, probably since Avatar in 2009.
Wow.
But I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I forgot how good it looked. I mean, it held up pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Considering it was coming out from 2009. And then, at the end, a little sneak peek of the next one looked great too. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, it is great.
Now, this was supposed to have HDR. Could you tell a difference or no?
I'd have to compare them side by side. I mean, it looked great, so I want to say yes, I could tell.
You know what HDR is, right?
It's
High dynamic range, so it's more colorful.
okay. Yeah, then for sure. Yeah, it did look more colorful. I'll probably go home after this and look up the old one. I have it on my DVD shelf.
Okay.
But yeah, no, definitely looked way better.
So you haven't seen like the Avengers movies or anything like that else in 3D?
I've seen pretty much all the Avengers Marvel movies. I've never seen any of them in 3D. No.
Okay.
Kind of gave up on 3D.
Except for Avatar.
Yeah, except for Avatar. I was like, you know what? Why not? Go check it out. See it in the best quality possible.
Okay.
But yeah.
Awesome. Do you have anything you want to say to people that are potentially wanting to make 3D movies?
To make 3D movies?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that you have to, a lot of the older 3D movies have it to where everything's always popping out at you. I don't think you necessarily need to have that. Like, for this movie, Avatar, there wasn't anything to me that was like, you know what I mean? Like beaming out at you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, this is a 3D movie. It made it feel more realistic. Like, oh, like we're a little bit more submerged in this world. So it doesn't have to be all super showy. I like a lot of the more like nuance type stuff.
Because like this one, I really feel like it was more than just pop out or depth. It was immersive experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So you really felt like you were in the forest there with it.
Yeah. It wasn't just like at some points I took off my glasses to see. I was like, I haven't done this in so long. It was great.
Okay, cool. How hyped are you for the new one? Since you've seen this?
Hyped.
Okay.
Super hyped. I'm glad that they re-released the old one because I want it to do well, and I know it'll do well. I think I might be mistaken, but it's already broken. Re-releasing the old one's broken records. I think I'd have to check and see.
I think it's done really well worldwide, but here in the U.S. it only made like top 3.
Oh wow!
So it's making money, but I don't know if it's enough. But I don't know.
But still, yeah, that's awesome. So I'm glad they re-released it. I was talking to some friends. They're like, "Why are they re-releasing it? That's so dumb." I was like, "No, like it's been so long. So I think people need to." Maybe not necessarily need to, but it's nice to have the opportunity to see it on the big screen again. But yeah, I'm so excited for the next one. I'm excited to see where it goes. I've watched the trailers over and over and over. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm excited. I don't know if you caught it, but near the end, I'm pretty sure they inserted a part, unless it was an extended cut, but there's like a part where they're walking out, and people are walking out, and they're being escorted, like off the planet. And what's his name? The corporate dude stops by and says, like, this isn't over. I don't remember that being in the original. And it might have been, but maybe like an extended edition, but I don't remember it being in there, so.
I haven't seen the extended edition. I own the Blu-ray, but I just never got around to seeing it. I only want to see it in theaters.
Is there an extended edition?
Yes, this was not it that I know of.
Well, then that must have been a new scene, because I didn't recognize that scene, and I feel like I've seen this movie enough times where it kind of stuck out. I was like, he's like, oh, like, that's not the end of it. And I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. So
a few weeks ago, Jaws 3D came out. Did you go see it?
No, I don't see movies too often anymore, just because I feel like a lot of the stuff they put out nowadays is just reboots, and I'm kind of tired of seeing reboots. I'm kind of tired of Marvel too. Like, I love superheroes. Avengers Endgame was kind of like the last one that I really cared about. I still catch up on all of it, but like, I know like the new She-Hulk show, I haven't really seen that. I saw Moon Knight. But no more 3D stuff or like anything since.
There's a Dawn of the Dead coming out next month, the original 1970s one. Are you interested in seeing that in 3D?
Probably not.
Okay.
I haven't even seen the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, it's the original, I mean.
Well, I haven't even seen it.
Okay.
Before, so I mean, maybe that'd be a good date night. I don't know.
It's X-rated for violence. So
Oh, really? Maybe we'll have to go check it out. I don't know. I've never seen an X-rated movie. I don't think.
it's not really X-rated, but it's
But
essentially
the highest version of R.
They never actually rated it because it was that high up.
Oh.
But
Maybe if the girlfriend wants to go see it, we'll go check it out. Well, it's up to her. She's mad enough that I'm seeing this without her.
there was a preview before the movie for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. How would you think? Are you excited for that?
Yes. That is a movie I would probably see in 3D. Honestly, I forgot what 3D was like. Obviously, it's 3D, but like I forgot the experience that it brings. I didn't really enjoy the first Black Panther very much, CG wise, like all the CGI. I felt it was kind of sloppy, but I liked the story. But Black Panther 2, like I know Chadwick Boseman passed away, which is really sad. But I'm very interested to see where they go with it, and I know they brought in Namor. I'm sure that his sister will take over being Black Panther, or maybe not. I don't know, but and I think they're supposed to have like Ironheart in there too. Unsure, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see that 100%.
There was a trailer before as well for Black Adam, and that was 2D only. Are you interested in Black Adam if it's only 2D, or do you wait for it at home?
I would probably wait for Black Adam at home. I used to read a lot of comics, and I was big into the DC, not so much the Marvel comics, just because I liked the heroes at the time more. And I read a lot of like stories like Green Lantern, Superman, Shazam, and all that. So I got really hyped up whenever they came out with like the start of their cinematic universe with Man of Steel. I guess it was. Was that the first one?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I know not everybody did. And then Batman v Superman came out, and I was on the fence about it, with the whole Martha scene.
Yeah.
At Doomsday. But Wonder Woman I liked Wonder Woman. I didn't like the second Wonder Woman. I did not like the first Suicide Squad, but I liked the second Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I liked Shazam. I thought that was fun. I'm excited for the second one. So I think I would see Black Adam, just for the not even for Black Adam, for the pure fact that Dr. Fate's in it.
Yeah.
And Hawkman.
Yeah.
Those two guys are some of my favorites in the comics, so I would definitely go see it just for them. But in 2D, 3D, like, I'd see it in 3D if they came out with it, but you said they're only coming out with it in 2D. So
that I know of right now.
Yeah, so that's okay. I'll probably go check it out.
Now, we watched this together on EVX, which is a local brand, Evo movies, and this is the superior format, I guess. How do you feel about EVX? You think it's better or worse than other theaters?
Well, since it's been so long since I've seen like is this like their pure 3D theater right there, or is it like they use it for a bunch of different things?
They use it for everything. It's just kind of like their version of like IMAX or whatever.
Experience they have.
Yeah, it's laser projection and Atmos and all that. You think it's better than regular theaters or no?
I would have to say I'd have to see a movie in 2D.
Okay.
Because I've only been in this theater once with 3D, so I would say it was a great experience. I don't know if it's the best I've ever had, but it was definitely a great experience. Nitpicky little thing. I wish that they had the chairs that reclined, because I've gotten so used to those.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, that's such a small thing. Like, I'm there for the movie, not for the chair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd say it was a great experience. I'd say it's probably like a 8 or 9 out of 10.
Okay. Do you prefer IMAX or do you don't care that much?
It doesn't really bother me. It really depends on what kind of movie. Like, if I'm watching like Avengers Endgame, like IMAX, yeah, like I've never cried in a movie before. I cried in that movie, but not when Iron Man did his thing. I cried whenever Captain America picked up the hammer. And I think we saw that in IMAX. Pretty sure we did. So it really depends on the movie. Like, if I saw Lord of the Rings in there, I would love that. Lord of the Rings is my favorite. But for like smaller movies that I maybe not know so much about, like the other day, me and my girlfriend saw Don't Worry, Darling. Yeah. And we enjoyed it, but I didn't have to see that like in an IMAX theater. I was totally fine with seeing that on a smaller screen. 100%. Do you have a home 4K setup or HD? No, 1080p, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm a computer dude. I play a lot of games. I don't watch too many movies at home. I feel like a lot of people have kind of sadly shifted away from going to the theater, and so I guess I know a lot of people that do have like home setups, but me, no, I could sit at my computer with my headphones and watch a movie and be perfectly fine. Okay, so you don't have a 3D setup at home? No. I didn't even know this existed. Yeah, I mean, the 3D TVs haven't been around in a while. Yeah. But I mean, I'm just wondering if you have if
the movies are the best way to see movies.
Oh,
Go in the theaters. I mean, the cinema.
Yeah, like if I saw, I want to say I saw like Godzilla versus King Kong at home because I didn't want to see it in the theaters, and that was kind of around COVID time. I think it was coming right out of COVID-ish.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it at home just because of COVID. I saw it at home because I was like, I don't really, we'll see how it is. I love monster movies, but I always get let down by them. So I figured I already have HBO, so I'll just watch it at home. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. It really depends on the movie, but.
Okay. Well, Avatar definitely is a movie that was
100%.
filmed for 3D. They think about 3D, so you want more of those movies. You don't want just us done.
If it's a movie that deserves 3D, then 100%. Like I think Avatar deserves 3D, 100%. Like you said, like the colors, especially when they're flying around on their Ikrans.
The Banshees or whatever.
Yeah, the Banshees, like that stuff. I really enjoy the 3D in that stuff. And I mean, like I said, I've seen that movie so many times. Whenever they were in the portable container where they go in, there's like the scene where they open the door and there's photos of Grace on the wall on the fridge door.
Yeah.
And like even those photos looked 3D, and I was like, that's cool. Like, I sat there, I was like, that's pretty neat. So yeah, definitely more 3D movies. Now don't go. I wouldn't say go making 3D movies for like things like
dramas
or reboots. Like I'm so tired of reboots. I don't want a 3D version of something I've seen a million times. But like maybe like if they ever revamped Ghostbusters or something like that, I think that'd be kind of cool. 3D. You said Jaws 3D came out.
Yeah, Jaws 3D. Cool. The original Jaws in 3D came out.
That's cool.
So
I love that movie. That's a good movie.
You might still be able to find it here, but it's like one showing maybe.
Yeah. Jaws 1's the best. I don't like the ones that come out. I think like 2 or 3 more after that.
There's a couple.
Yeah, but Jaws 1's really good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another movie that I would love to see in 3D, but
I mean, Puss in Boots is supposed to be coming out. Do you care about that or nah?
I didn't even know that was coming out.
The second Puss in Boots. Yeah. The second Puss in Boots movie.
I would go see that.
Okay.
I could see it. Is it in 3D?
Yeah. It's coming out in Christmas time.
Why not? Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say that, people talk about Avatar being really preachy and being just cliche. How do you feel about that?
I think that it's amazing that James Cameron produced a film in 2009 that blew up the box office, that people went crazy over. I remember waiting, I think if I remember correctly, we waited like in a line to get our tickets. And I haven't done that in so long. I would say there's a lot of people. I know there's like a lot of things online where it's like, 3-hour movie, that's so long. Mm-hmm. And James Cameron was like, you guys will sit down for hours and hours at a time, watching TV shows. You'll binge like 10 episodes and that's like 10 hours. What's the problem with a 3-hour movie? Get up and go to the bathroom. It's totally fine. And I agree with that. Like I went to the bathroom. You might have seen me. I went to the bathroom and I was like, I've seen this movie. Like I missed 2 minutes of it. I came back and I still enjoyed it. I don't think it's too preachy. I'm wondering where it's going to go next. But I mean, what do you mean, like in preachy sense? Like, what is
the environmental message and that colonization of other planets to make money? That people say that's too preachy.
If you had asked me that question in 2009, I would have never batted an eye. Looking at it in a different light, this many years later, yeah, I could see it. Like, like colonizing a planet, killing. Like, I could totally see the message there. But I don't think that was ever maybe his like.
It doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me at all. No, it's a fantasy world, and maybe reflect a few realistic things. If it really bothers you that much, then don't go see it. If you don't want to see something, you don't have to ruin it for everybody else.
Not everything has to be for everybody.
Yeah. Now I will say, the little scene we just saw, the post-credit scene, I could see that being a little environmental. Like now that it's made in 2021, 22, like. I don't want to spoil it for people that listen because they want to go see it, but I can see how that's a little preachy, but I never even thought about it like that until you asked me that question. So.
Okay. Avatar 2 and 3 are done. They're now they haven't started filming, to my knowledge, 4 and 5. Would you still be interested in, you're obviously interested in 2, would you be interested in 3? Or you gotta see how 2 is before you get to 3?
would probably see 3 regardless.
Okay.
I'm typically the type of guy where like, if I really enjoyed something, I'm the ride or die. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll go see it and I'll be like, it was like, that's what happened with DC for me. I was like, I really enjoyed this, and I was like a supporter of Batman versus Superman for so long, and then I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I understand why people are dogging on it, but I would definitely go see the second one. If I go see the second one, I'm not gonna get a full soda, and I'm not. I like to sit through the movies typically.
Yeah.
I would support it. Yeah, I'd go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No. More 3D movies. It's been so long. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully, what is it? December? Avatar 2 December.
Yes. It's going to be, I think, a week before Christmas or so.
Hopefully, I'm not working. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, man.